Everyone wants an autonomous AI agent, an agent that does the outreach for you, that follows up with your leads, and that completely manages the client pipeline for you. We saw that with OpenClaw. More than 180,000 people started using that project because it promises exactly that. And personally, I get the full autonomy concept. That is exactly where we are headed. But there is one thing with that: you cannot hand your business to an AI that knows nothing about your business and expect a great output. And that is exactly what I want to talk about today. Because a lot of people jump straight into something like OpenClaw and miss the one step that actually make that really work for business use cases. By the way, don't get me wrong, OpenClaw is actually impressive because it can learn about you over time, it can do things before you even ask, and you can use it from your phone, from your computer, or whatever you want. And for any kind of simple stuff, such as a daily briefing, a summary of your inbox, you can have agent handle that without any single problem. But I think people try to use the same approach when it comes to knowledge work that actually makes them money. And this is exactly where the old system actually falls apart. So, what actually happens when you tell an autonomous AI agent to handle your outreach, or to write a proposal for you, or to build something for you? The AI has to figure out these things from scratch every single time. And it doesn't know your positioning, it doesn't know your tone, it doesn't know that in proposal you always want to lead with case studies, it doesn't know who your ideal client is. And so it defaults to generic patterns that it has. It defaults to what is available within the knowledge base, all because nothing was created exactly for your specific business. Everyone wants the AI to actually do everything for them, and that is super powerful. That is actually the future where we are headed. But in doing so right now, in starting with this autonomous part, we are outsourcing the thinking. We are ending to AI the part of figuring out our own complete business from scratch. And that is why the results are lagging over here. So that is why I think there are two main phases when working with AI. The second phase is the OpenClaw phase, where the AI does everything, and everyone starts with that. Meanwhile, we actually need to start with the building phase. In the building phase, you are in the loop, you are working alongside the AI, you are taking your expertise and putting that into a system. So you are defining how to build a proposal, how to do outreach, how to deliver for clients. You are building this specific playbook for the AI so that the AI can actually use that later on for you. And now, if you're here and you are thinking that you don't want to write documentation, I just want the AI to handle that. But what is the AI supposed to handle? AI is supposed to figure everything out on your own. It's supposed to figure your business for you. And for me, that is exactly the kind of thinking that people have when thinking that something like OpenClaw would solve all their different problems. Right now, we are in phase one. We are the one orchestrating, we are the one building the different layers, process by process, skill by skill, and capability by capability. So in phase two, you are outside of the loop, and the AI actually does everything for you in a proactive way. This, as you saw with OpenClaw, already works with small tasks like a briefing, like a inbox analysis or things like that, but it's something that does not work when it comes to full business processes because the foundation was not built. And with something like OpenClaw, people jump directly into this second phase, thinking that the AI will bring them 100 qualified leads or completely automate their revenue from zero. And that is the actual problem. Everyone starts with phase two without building the actual foundation. And in reality, the foundation is what makes the old system actually work. Now, when I talk about a foundation, what do I actually mean? For me, this is an AI workspace. In particular, right now, a cloud called AI Workspace. The first element that is actually available is your actual knowledge. That means your business context, your positioning, your voice, the way you create messages, your ICPs. Those are foundational files that every single AI should use every single time when you work with that. If you need to write a content piece, the AI can look at your voice, your positioning, and craft a specific content piece for you. or if you need to write an outreach campaign, the AI can look at your ideal customer profile and propose you some outreach campaign to run. So right now, with all the context that you have, if for example I wanted to write an email using Cloud Code, the system can actually write an email and sound exactly like me, because it has my tone, it has my structure, it has my specific rule that I actually defined. The second element are your actual processes as a business, which in Cloud Code are actually defined as skills. A skill essentially is a reusable command that defines how you do something or how different people in your business do something. So to give you a very simple example, if I want to write something like help me create a proposal for a client related to automated the reporting for outbound, like I did over here, the system will go on and ask me as many specific things, and it will try to figure out how to write the proposal to the best of its capability. And this is already pretty good. But if instead I use the same prompt within my AI workspace, which is optimized for that and as the proposal builder component, the system will use my methodology, it will match my specific tone, and it will use my specific pricing framework. So if I go down here and I will use the proposal builder, within this proposal builder, I have the component, which is the skill, and then I have different modules of the skill, such as how do we calculate the pricing, how do we do discovery related to this proposal, how do we generate the output, how do we create the pricing, and all these different things are things that I had to figure it out before. And now that I did this specific thing, the AI can just execute my process at lightning speed because it has all my context. The last component to AI Workspace is direction. This is not something that needs to be added within the workspace itself, but this is more of a mode of thinking. You are the one that directs the system. You run the processes, you review the output, you adjust, you approve, you stay in the loop. Not because AI can't work alone, but because at the beginning, especially when it comes to business processes, you need to encode your expertise first. And obviously, the first time you need to spend a lot more time into writing down your specific process. But after that, after you start with this specific step, then it will be much faster to not look at the result and say, this is very bad, I cannot use that for myself, I cannot use that as a client deliverable, I cannot send this message, or whatever the case. So the system that you use even in the past was you started to do things manually, and then you build a process around that, and then you automated that process. Right now, if you already have that process automated, you can add your specific SOP and your specific process within an AI agent such as Cloud Code, and Cloud Code can actually execute that for you. So by making this video, my key point for you is that you need to build out the structure first. So this is an example of the structure that I use for myself for the YouTube content creation, but I obviously have other structure for client delivery. I have other structure for thinking about the different proposals that we need to build. And all of that needs to be designed first so that later on the AI agent could you use your own processes to automate all of that. And obviously, right now you can run automated processes such as inbox reviews or different things like that, but you wouldn't run a full client deliverables automation system because you haven't defined the specific processes within a tool like Cloud Code. So my invitation for you is work within Cloud Code and actually build the processes within Cloud Code. And if you don't know how to do that, you can check my channel because that is exactly what I have over here, so that over time you can compound your expertise and have a single workspace like the one that I have over here, where I can manage the full content pipeline, for example. But the same can be done for any single process across any single part of the business if you take the time to design that. Now, if you are looking to get a little bit of an understanding of how that could be designed and what is the different ways in which this can be thought through, you can check this video here and have a better understanding of that. With that said, that's everything on my side. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.